Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this morning as we will see if we can find some good trades. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself. We do that by helping you become financially independent, by teaching you how to currency trade using our patent pending proprietary trading indicators that are very, very accurate. So with that, let's get going. We start our day by, we start these sessions by playing disclosure. So let's go ahead and do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker. We make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
Boy, that guy's a tough way to start the morning off. He's a little bit negative there. So let's go on. In this session, what I do, we've got a dozen different indicators or different signals, I should say, that help us determine how the market's going to move. I'm going to use two of them this morning. One is called the 10-point trade, and the other is called the thick orange line trade. And we will use those two to see what we can find. In addition to, I do a live trade every Tuesday and Thursday morning at this time, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. Next week, we will be adding a evening trade, Monday evening. So I myself will do 3 live trades, one on Monday evening at 6:30, and then the two on Tuesday mornings, Tuesday and Thursday morning. As a light member, we have other scheduled sessions that you can attend. As a regular member, this green part here, there's a trade in the morning, there's a trade in the evening, there's a trade on Sunday when the market opens, and those are all included as being a member. And then there's some additional paid sessions, again, if you want assistance with watching a trader trade. I work off of a checklist when I trade. This is a little bit revised, but the first thing I want to do is make sure all of my charts are working. With the new green chart, this doesn't become quite as important, but I'm still using the old version, the computer-based version. I want to check and make sure my chart is connected to the internet. So I see that from up here, and then down here in the bottom right corner, I see that my chart is current versus going back in time if I were to back test. So we want to have our charts current. It is. I also want to check to make sure my MetaTrader 4 is working. And I can see the numbers over here on the left moving. This is a demo account that we will be trading out of. So everything is turned on. So that is good. Let us, next thing I want to do, we are, it is good habit to review your trading activity every day. And if you had a trade that didn't go right, figure out why. I find, well, I don't do it as much anymore because I don't take that many trades, but and I remember what I did. But in the beginning, if you're taking more trades than a half a dozen, it's good habit to take a screenshot of what the chart looks like when you take it, and then go back and take a look at it if the trade didn't go the right way, to see what you didn't see, or come ask somebody and say, hey, this is what I was looking at. I took this trade. What did I do wrong? On our trade on Tuesday, let's see, on our trade on Tuesday, we took a 10-point trade with the dollar yen for 10 pips or 11 pips, and it closed successfully. All right, so let's, sorry, I'm bouncing around here. We are technical traders. What that means, we trade basically based on the price action or the price movement of the currency pair. And the indicators are very good at picking up when where there are turns in the price. So it comes down a little bit, goes up a little bit. One of the things that impacts how currency moves is news. So we want to know if there are news events that might impact that. And we get that by, there's a couple different places you can look, but the one I like is something called forexfactory.com. And it gives an overview of what the currency-related news items are for the day. And it categorizes it into 3 frames. One is yellow is low impact, orange is medium impact, and red is high impact. And I like to stay out of anything that's going to be red in the upcoming couple hours. So we can see that there's going to be some Euro news, statement on monetary policy at 7:45. And then more information, CPI and core CPI announced for the US dollar. And they're going to have a press conference on this announcement that they made at 7:45 at 8:30. So we are within 2 hours of both of these things happening. So we need to be careful if we're going to take a euro or dollar trade this morning. So we've got a little bit of a constraint here. But we'll keep that in mind as we evaluate the indicators. In addition to kind of giving you a trade, I want to help you with your skills. So just even doing the analysis, even if we don't take the trade, I think is helpful. So now we will go into our technical analysis. I am using the composite chart. And this composite chart has 6 different pairs on it. This first one is primarily US pairs. And I start with the middle chart, the majors and minors. Red and green lines are the major indicators. The black and gray are the minor indicators. And I am looking for situations where we're either above the blue line, overbought, or below the red line, oversold. And I'm looking for the lines to be heading into the channel. So here on the Australian US dollar, we are overbought, but the lines are going up. Same on the Euro USD, overbought, lines going up. Pound dollar, we're in the middle of the channel. We're more than halfway. All the lines are going up. I don't like to take a trade when we're in the middle of the channel because I kind of want to catch the whole move if I can. And I've got a better chance of catching the whole move if I'm starting down below the red line or above the blue line. In the middle of the channel, it's harder to predict how many pips are left here. So I want look for a trade that has a high probability of getting me at least 10 pips. So I don't see it here. Dollar Canadian oversold going down. Dollar Swiss franc oversold going down. And dollar yen oversold and going down. So nothing in this group. So let's go to the second group. Euro pound, we are in the middle of the channel. Minors are going down. Majors have started to turn. Australian pound yen overbought going up. Euro Canadian oversold. The minors are going up, but the majors are going up, but the minors haven't committed yet. I want all of these lines going up. Again, it's about increasing the probability that we're going to have a good trade, and the more lines that are going in the way that we think or that are telling us a certain direction, the higher probability that the trade's going to be a good trade. So I don't need to be trading all the time. I just need a few good trades, and I'm making pretty good money. So here I don't have the confirmation with the minors yet that we're going up. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. We are in the middle of the channel. We haven't quite reached halfway. All the lines are going down. This might be a possibility. I'm going to come back to it. I want to see if there's something better. I'd prefer to catch something up here, but since we're not quite halfway, well, here, we'll take a quick look. So everybody's going down. So I'm giving it 1 point, considering that it's overbought, even though it's in the channel. Everybody's going down, and I've got what we call a double cross, where the red is crossed over the green and the black is crossed over the gray. So that's 3 points. 1 for being overbought, 2 for the lines all pointing down, and 3 that I've got the double cross. If I go up to the TNTs then to look for confirmation of what I'm seeing here, because these are measuring different things, the 2 orange lines are going down. The thick blue is going up. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is going up, that means down. So I've got 3 lines here telling me down. I want to have a minimum of 3 lines telling me down. So if I've got 3 lines telling me down, I've passed the second part of the test. So then I'm going to look at my pressure, and I want down pressure or red on top. I've got sideways pressure here. Sideways pressure. So I'm not really crazy about what I'm seeing here. Usually sideways pressure means that the current candle is going to retrace the previous candle. It has already retraced this previous candle, so it may be retracing this candle. And in terms of what we've got for pips left, we only have about 5 pips left here to retrace this one. So I'm not as crazy. So I don't have the pressure signal supporting what I'm seeing in these two, although the green line is coming down. So I do like the green line coming down, but I'd rather see the red line on top with the green line coming down. So, and these lines closer. The signal is closer or stronger when the lines are closer together. So this signal isn't strong enough for me. NZD, USD, overbought going up. Euro AUD, minors are going up. Majors are going up. Minors are going down. So I've got conflict here. So again, I don't have enough consistency to keep going on with this analysis. So let's go to the third major pair. Third major pair, Australian Canadian. We're in the middle of the channel, and actually we've got majors going down, minors going up. Swiss franc yen, where we're past, we're in the channel more than halfway. Euro yen, we're overbought. Pound Australian dollar. We've got everybody going up. We've just entered into the channel. I've got green on top of red and gray on top of black. So I've got 3 points here, but I don't like that. I don't like the steepness that we're seeing on the green line. Here I've got a nice steep green line before the vertical line here, and then the steepness. We lose the steepness, and it's almost going sideways. So this sideways movement, I don't like. So we're gonna just stay away from this, even though I've got 3 points. I don't like it. We've got up here, we've got the 2 orange lines going up, the 2 blue lines going down. So I have all 4 points here. But I've got strong down pressure. I do have green on top. So technically I've got 8 points. But the slope of the green line here bothers me. So again, sometimes the best trade is the trade that you don't take. I don't like that. I don't like the slope here. NZD, Swiss franc, we're overbought, but we don't have all the lines pointing down. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. All right, overbought. All the lines are coming down. Red's over green, black's over gray, and actually I've got very nice steepness here on the green line. This is a nice steep line. This is a very steep line. I like this setup. All the lines are tight, close together. When these lines are all close together, that's a stronger signal. So I'm going to go up to my TNTs. Thick orange lines coming down. The thin orange line is coming down, so that's 2. The 2 blue lines are going up. So that's 4. So I've got 4 here, although the thin orange line, the slope isn't very great, but I've got all 4 telling me, and I've got up pressure, but the red line is just crossed over the green line. If red line is on top, that is usually that counts as a point. And we can also see that the slope of the green line has decreased. It was going up steeply here, and now it's decreased, allowing the red line to go over. So I've got 8 points here. I have 8 points. Then what I want to do is I want to try to figure out what the trade is worth. To figure out what the trade is worth, let me see if I've had this chart open, CAD, CAD. This shows me the last 14 pairs that I've looked at, and I have not had that chart open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Euro USD chart, and I'm going to convert it to a CAD, a CAD. Oh, sorry, better write it down here. CAD, CHF. So I go to chart settings, and I'm going to change the symbol to CAD CHF. All my charts are linked. So it creates it. It's a little bit different on the web-based version of. It's a little bit more of, I think, of a manual chart to set all of. If you're creating a new chart, to set it all up. I don't think it automatically does that, or I haven't figured it out yet. So going back to my checklist, I want to know where the support and resistance is and what's the trend. So I have a 6 chart setup where I've got a 2.5 minute, a 30 minute, 60 minute, 2 hour, 4 hour, and day chart. Plus I have a clean chart. So let's open up the clean chart. I am going to, this chart has 90 days worth of information on it. If it's a pair that I regularly trade, I already have my support and resistance drawn on it, but I do not trade this regularly, so I'm going to draw some support and resistance on it. Support and resistance are basically spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. So they seem to have stopped in here, right in here a little bit, here, over here. And I want to get a couple, 2 above and 2 below. So it stopped right in here, right over here. The market tends to respect these spots, and it will stop. The movement will stop or stall at those spots. So right in here. So I want to know where they are. Right there. Let's get one above. So right in here. On a 1 hour chart, they tend to be between 30 and 50 pips apart. You can see 61 to 91, 91 to 17, 17 to 46. So those are right around 30 pips apart. So now let's expand this out. And I want to know how much room I have from where we are to the support and resistance line. So going up, there's 19 pips. Going down, there's 7.5 pips till we hit this line. So I know how much room I've got going down. So if I'm going to take a down trade, it's not going to be for more than seven pips. Now, the other thing I want to know is, what is the trend? So in the last week, we are trading into a downtrend. The trend is important because if I am taking a sell trade into a downtrend, I can take more pips than if I'm taking a buy into a downtrend. So taking a sell into a downtrend, I can take more pips, but the constraint here is going to be the resistance line that we have here, or the support line. So let me just take this off because it's too busy to look at. So we're trading into a downtrend. I still have my signal. So now I'm going to look at the 2 hour chart. We're overbought. Majors are going down. Minors are going sideways. When there's a conflict between the majors and minors, I like to stay with what the majors are doing. So I've got support here. I've got sideways pressure, which tends to be retracement. So I could get a little bit more of a down move on the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, I've got the majors going up. On the day chart, we're oversold. I'm not quite sure why we're not seeing this whole thing. oversold and it's about to go up, although I've got down pressure. On the 4-hour chart, I do have down pressure, but green is on top, which I don't like. 30-minute chart, we have down pressure with red on top, and the green line is going down. And on the 2.5-minute, we are oversold, and the pressure's converging. So I like this. I like this for, hold on, I'm going to just save this before. Save as, and we're going to call it CAD, CHF. We'll take this for 5 pips. 5 pips. I'm not going to take the full 7 pips because I don't want to get stuck. But we'll take the 5 pips. Come on. Yeah, we got 7 pips till we hit this line. Let's go ahead and take 5 pips. I want to take a little bit less than what the support is. So that trade was CAD CHF. So now I'm going to go to CoinEx and see if I have this open. CAD CHF. Here it is. If I didn't have it open, I would go to File, New Chart. And then I try to find it amongst these various groups here. But I do have it open. I am going to click New Order. I am going to check my symbol. I'm going to check my lot size. Since I've got a $10,000 account, if I move my decimal place over 4 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4, that tells me I can take a lot size of 0.1. And I am going to take a market sell. I don't like to figure out the take profit and stop loss till after I've placed the trade. It records the trade underneath. I'm going to right click on it and go to modify. And I am going to put in the parameter. So we said 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. If I click the copy as, it puts the math in here. And we're going to use a 4-to-1 stop on this. So 5 times 5 pips is 20 pips or 200 points. Again, click on the red button here and it figures out the math. Now, the other thing I like to do, I don't use a specific rule like that when I am trading. I like to look where the support and resistances are to figure out my stop loss. And normally I would put my stop loss 2 supports or resistances away. So I would put my stop loss up here at 0.74526. If you're more conservative, go 1 stop loss away, 0.74235. And how does that relate to what we did? 74235. We're a little bit further than that. So I'm just going to keep it at the 40 that we've got it at. Let's see if we've got what time is it? We've got 1 more minute left in the, before the candle changes. There's 32 seconds. So let's go back and see if we see a thick orange line trade. Thick orange line, I am just looking at this number and I want to see if it's 0 or minus 100. On the green charts 2, it's going to be 0 or 10. They've moved the decimal spot over and the numbers are reversed. So on this chart, 0 is up here. On the web-based green charts, 10 is up here. So I'm looking for 0 or minus 100. Oops, and we changed. I'm going to just go back to the top of the hour and see what it was. 40, 17. So you can see I'm back at the top of the hour because I went back one, and this is red. 17, 0. I'm at 0. I've got the signal here. I want to see all 4 lines up above on the majors and minors, up above the overbought line. I don't have that. Minus 78 is not. It needs to be within 10 of minus 100. This isn't. USD CHF minus 95 is within 10 of minus 100, but all my lines aren't well below the red here. So I've got part 1 of the signal. I don't have part 2. Minus 59 isn't close enough. Let's go to the next one. Again, we're current time. I'm going to go back to the top of the hour. Minus 88 isn't close enough. 25, no. 72, no. 66, 20, 22, nothing there. And I am going to go back to the top of the hour. Minus 70, minus 3, yes. That's part 1 of the signal, but my lines are still below the blue line here. I want them well above the blue line. 0, yes. These lines aren't above, the minors haven't come above the blue line, so I'm going to pass. 0, yes, but my red line, my majors are still down here. They're not above the blue line. Minus 67, no. Minus 77, no. Now here on this one, I'm kind of curious how the number changed. So let's go to current time, and you see it's still 0. If this holds, if this euro yen holds at the top of the next hour, this is a good thick orange line trade. All the lines are well above, but I want to take it right before, when there's like 2 or 3 minutes left in the time remaining on the next hour. Too early to take it because there still might be more up. So what's going to happen is the market. This is telling, when this is at 0, this is telling us, in your case, if you're using the web-based version, it's going to be at 10. This is telling us it believes there's no more up in the movement. And we want to get confirmation that there's no more up in the movement by looking at the majors and minors. Now we got that. Last hour, it wasn't quite there. All the lines weren't well above. And you can see it's been up here now for 3 hours, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. So on that next hour, when it changes, we'll catch a little bit of the bump going down. That trade is worth 5 pips. 5 pips with a 20 pip stop loss all day long. I only like to take this trade, the thick orange line trade, in the morning. And again, the other issue, however, in taking this trade is we've got that news coming up. We've got that news coming up at 7:45. So even though the signal's there, I'm probably not going to take this trade. The signal's there, but we got news coming up, so I don't want to take it. Any questions, comments? All right, just to recap real quick, we took one trade. Let's see how it's doing. We took one trade on the CAD Swiss franc, Canadian dollar Swiss franc. It's in the money. I would expect this would close within the next 2 hours. All right, great. Thanks for being here. Any questions, just reach out. We will see you hopefully Monday with the inaugural evening trade with Paul. All right, thanks so much. Bye-bye.